Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 011, Arithmetic, Section 4.7, Problem 10. This is Section 4.7, Problem 10. It says 60% of the students in the business transfer program at BCC transfer to UMass Dartmouth. If 1,260 students in the program plan to transfer to UMD, how many students are in the program altogether? So, with most percent problems, if you can, what I like to do is rewrite it so that it fits the sentence A is P% of B. And if I can write it that way, I plug it into the formula A over B equals P over 100. So, can I write it as A is P% of B? Well, the 1260 is a key number, and the 60% is a key number. So the 60%, I know it's going to go here, 60%. The question is, the 1260, is it the A or the B? Well, it does have to be the A. So you're saying 1,260 is 60% of the overall number. So if it was half, you figure somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,500 to make a quick estimate is the total program. 60% of them go to UMass because it's the closest school, and the others go to a variety of other schools. So the 1,260 is the A. B is the unknown, so it just stays as a variable. So I can write it like that. 1,260 is 60% of B, of some unknown number. So the A is the 1,260, becomes the equals P%. So P is the 60. The percent becomes the 100. And under the 1,260, I have the B, which is unknown. So I just leave it as B. It's the variable, and that's what we'll solve for. You can reduce this a little bit. You can at least slice off a 0. You could reduce it further, but since I have to multiply, I like having a 10. Even though I know it reduces further, I'll probably just leave it. So if I multiply one way, 1,260 times 10 will be 1,260 with an extra 0 on it from the times 10. And then this becomes 60 times B, or 6 now that I've reduced it. 6 times B is B6 or 6B. And it's not done yet because I want what B equals, not 6 times B equals, so I have to divide away the 6. B is 12,600 over 6. Now, if your math teacher allows you to use a calculator, what you do is you put in the numerator, divide by the denominator, equals, and you'll get your answer. If your math teacher does not allow you to use a calculator for class, you just have to do it the long way. So the denominator of 6 divides into the numerator of 12,600 how many times? Well, 6 doesn't divide into 1, but it'll divide into 12. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 minus 12 is 0, comes out even. Bring down the next digit. It's a 6. 6 times something is 6, well, it's times 1. 6 times 1 is 6. Subtract, you get a 0. Bring down the next digit is 0. The rest will be 0. 6 times what is 0? Well, 6 times 0. That's 0. Subtract, bring down the last 0. 6 times something is 0. Again, that's 0. Remainder is 0. So it's 2,100. That's the value for B. Whether you can do it with your calculator or you divide it out the long way. I have B is 2,100. Now, with many of the application problems, when you solve for that variable, you have to ask yourself, did I find the final answer to what the question asks? And in this case, you have. So the total number of students in BCC's business transfer program would be 2,100. 60% of them going to UMass would mean 1,260 out of the 2,100. A little more than half of them go over to UMass, and the rest go somewhere else.